This is a story of James Robert Wallace. Robert Hood Wallace from Greenburgh, Kentucky, was the 11th son of William Wallace and Elizabeth Yates Wallace. This story is about James Robert Wallace from Flemington, Missouri. He was the son of Robert Hood Wallace and Mary Elizabeth Keene. The photo shows the family home of Robert Hood Wallace and Mary Elizabeth Wallace, and children including Eli Wallace, William Arthur Wallace, and James Robert Wallace. Pictured in the foreground are Eli Wallace on the left, and next to him his father, Robert Hood, and then one person from the far right is James' mother and Robert Hood's wife, Mary Elizabeth Wallace. This photo of a dam built on the Pomme de Terre River in Hermitage, Missouri, is on the site of the old Robert Hood Wallace farm. When Jim was 17 in about 1883, he went away with a friend all the way to Arizona, all the way from Missouri to Arizona. There he worked on a ranch. According to James' brother Eli, his mother kept writing for him to come home. He promised that he would when he sold his horses that he was breaking to ride. James finally wrote that Mexican banditos had come across the border and stolen all his horses. In the meantime, his mother had had a stroke, and his brother Eli had moved to Muskogee Indian Territory. Eli, feeling it necessary to bring his parents from Missouri to Muskogee, where he was living, went to Missouri to bring his folks back to his home in Muskogee, which was Indian Territory. Eli's oldest brother, William Arthur, who was nicknamed Bud, was also living in Muskogee, so there was a good reason to bring the parents because two brothers were already there. The last correspondence they had from Jim was a letter acknowledging his mother's death. The first letter that we are going to look at, and it should be showing on the screen right now, is a letter from the infamous Snug Saloon in Ash Fork, Arizona. The letter is dated January 8th, 1894. Think about that. That's well over 100 years ago. Dear Father and Mother, it has been a long time since I heard from you. I think you did not get my letters, or I did not get yours. This finds me well, hoping it will find you all the same. I have been working really hard this summer on a ranch of mine. I could not sell any of my furs this fall, but I am thinking of selling my cattle or shipping them to the Cherokee Strip. How is all the children getting along? I am getting along very well. Would be well if I had the money for what I had here and I sell out here. I am going to the Indians. I want you to write me a long letter. I have nothing more to write, but I will come home and see you this fall if I can sell any cattle. I will close as sincerely your son, James R. Wallace. Williams is my post office. That means Williams, Arizona. We have no more letters between 1894 and 1902 that were from Jim back home to his folks in Flemington, Missouri. In August 1902, Jim writes from the Grand Canyon, Arizona. Dear Father and Mother, I received your letter. Was glad to hear you were getting along better. You stated in your letter about getting $7.50 in money. You should have gotten $15. Always state just what you received. You ought to receive $7.50 in 2 days, which would make $22.50 if I'm right. You must expect to see me between now and Christmas. But I am counting on starting home about the 1st of November, which would be in 2 months and a half. We sold a mine and our payment in full is due the 1st of November, and I will write when I start. So you must see that I cannot start before the 1st of November, but I hope to start soon after that. The photo that you now see is a photo, the only photo we have of James Robert Wallace. And it's not known exactly when this photo was taken. This next letter is from the Grand View Hotel, Grand Canyon, Arizona, September 8th, 1902. So it's only about a month after the one that we previously got from the Grand Canyon. The photo is showing the letterhead of the Grand View Hotel. Dear Father and Mother, I have just received your letter and hurried to reply. I am going to the big Colorado River and I do not think I will get my mail right, but I will try and get ready to come back soon. If I come, I guess you received $7.50 from Flag Simon. I wrote last. I saw Henry Buckner's. I believe you know him. Give my regards to Al. I want to come around and see the folks this winter if I can, or have got to California on the stage. I will close. Your family. James R. Wallace. Address will be Grand Canyon, Arizona, care of Captain John Hance. In 1927, the Wallace family got word that Jim had died in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Jim's neighbors in Wyoming had subsequently moved to California near Los Angeles. When others still in Wyoming notified them of his death, they placed a notice in a Missouri paper hoping to reach Jim's family there. Jim's sister Lucy saw the notice and got in touch with Jim's brother Eli Wallace, who by 1926 had moved from Oktaha, Oklahoma to Riverside, California. Eli then went to see Jim's former neighbor, and he learned that Jim had written her that he planned to sell his ranch. According to the former Wyoming neighbor, Jim had plans to come to California to see his former neighbor's family and to look